Alisha, now one of the things that Israel will have to deal with is the hostage crisis that it faces. The Hamas has essentially said that they will begin to kill these hostages if Israel continues to fire on civilian areas. Now, what are you hearing from over there? How does Israel plan to deal with this?
Well, yes, we know that Israel has been retaliating, but the main focus will be on the population because it's the citizen who needs to be taken to the safer location. But we have been in the central of Tel Aviv, and where we can show you the visuals. It's one of the buildings which was destroyed. There was a missile from the airstrike from the south which has hit the building. But as we can see, there are officials who have been standing here and they've been trying to make the construction because the time it has hit. As we can see, there are the destructions all over the place here, and the place was evacuated right after the missile airstrike. And now we can see, first I'll just ask my video journalist Surinder Shah to show you the visuals where they have been trying to now destroy the entire building here. It's a 5-story where the missile has been, the airstrike which happens to from the south. The information that we have been gathered from the resident here are the officials. But yes, it's an Israel who have been moving military equipments towards Gaza because we heard even from the Prime Minister of Israel clearly mentioning that they have started the war. Now Israel is at war. It was forced upon in the most brutal and the savage way. But through Israel did not start this war, Israel will finish it. There's a clear message that has been given to it. But continuously showing you the visuals from the central Tel Aviv. But yes, as we can see, there are police officials and there are the guidelines that has also been issued to the people, to the citizens, clearly mentioning that they have to be at the resident or at the safer place.
All right, Alisha, of course, is taking us through the destruction that we are seeing in Bat Yam. Now, Bat Yam is about a few miles south of Tel Aviv. I'm going to go across to Gursimran right now. Gursimran, one of the things that's been talked about, of course, is the fact that Israeli forces will start moving into the Gaza Strip now. What are you hearing in terms of how that is likely to progress, and how does Israel plan to tackle the hostage crisis that I was earlier talking about, given the fact, that there are several hundreds of hostages who have been taken from Israeli territory now into the Gaza Strip?
Srinupur, it is almost one of the difficult tasks, hell-of task for the Israelis to get back the hostages, because the hostages have been taken away by the Israel side, and Israel seems to be the Palestinians. The Hamas seems to be in no mood of negotiation, because what they have made it amply clear that now they will be releasing the video of the execution. So this is something brutal that we are witnessing here right now. We are reporting from the central Tel Aviv, where one of the situation emerged when a missile that was fired from the south of the south side, that means from the Hamas side, that landed here, and the entire area, if I can show you, has now been sealed by the police. The police officials, they are available here at the ground zero. They are not allowing anyone to enter this premises. This premises has been sealed since the time this incident has come into the fore. And you will see the officials here, they are ensuring that no one goes, as this can be dangerous to the lives of the civilians. Now coming to what remains the plan of the Israel. So Israel is now planning a two-front strategy. Two-phase strategy is what the Israel is looking into. First is to clear the hinterland, because that is going to be very important, because what we are getting to know from the sources in the IDF that there has been attempts of infiltration yesterday, and possibly those attempts were successful. That means more of the Hamas terrorists are still inside the hinterland in Israel, and that's what Israel is trying to tackle. Second situation is that the advancement of the IDF forces into the Gaza, that is the land route they are taking to enter the Gaza so that they can carry out the advanced operations. So to ensure that the operations are carried out timely and the hinterland is clear, they are continuously monitoring the situation which is emerging with each passing minute, and it is expected that later in a couple of hours from now, there will be some more movement that will be taking place from the Tel Aviv towards the Gaza border. Yes, Rupert.
All right, Gursimran, very, very quickly also, there has been talk of the fact that essentially Israel is planning to blockade the Gaza Strip to be able to ensure that they can swiftly A, retrieve the hostages if they can do that, and B, of course, try and flush out as many terrorists as they can from the Gaza Strip. Any update on that? Are they beginning with that blockade, and has electricity and food supply lines been cut off to the Gaza Strip completely?
Yes, Nuku, that blockade by the Israel side is underway, and they are trying to ensure that the Hamas terrorist comes on the knee. But the one concerning thing is that there are many foreign nationals that are still hostage with the Hamas terrorists, and that is something that also mounts the pressure on the Israel side, that they have to take every step with precaution to save those precious lives that are still with the Hamas terrorists. And that is what it seems for now is taking the time, because yesterday we have seen some of the to the side of to the other side, where we have seen mass destruction taking place. But now when it comes to the security, securing the hostages, what it seems for now that it will be taking some time, and also a new approach possibly which Israel is looking into, because getting the hostages back remains to be top priority of the IDF and the Israel government.
All right, Alisha, back to you now. Alisha, of course, there's a lot of support that has come in from the international community. We've seen world leaders stand in solidarity with Israel. But in terms of this, crisis sort of escalating, there are very grave concerns, and that is why the Americans have moved closer to the Mediterranean Sea. Of course, there's a fleet that's always on standby over there, but it has moved closer, and there are fears that this could go out of hand. What are you hearing about that, and what are countries like Turkey saying? Are they planning now to negotiate in this?
Well, it's a clear message that has also been given by the Israel to the Gaza, clearly stating that you have to leave the place or we are coming to you. And it is even from the Prime Minister clearly mentioning that it is a fight which you have started and now we are going to finish it. But as far as the living of the people is concerned, because as of now, where the Israel authorities has clearly stated that the first priority are the citizens. But it's very interesting because they are just ready. Israel authorities, the government and administrations are really ready, because when we talk about the entire building here, because we see the 5th floor of the same construction is already been destroyed, but now they are trying to rebuild. So these are the planning, the authorities, the meeting that has happened with the Israel government, whether all the even the senior officials who were present as far as the living of the people is concerned. So now the building which was destroyed, the 5th floor, as we can see, it was completely destroyed. The airstrike which came in from the south, and that has really affected the living of the people. But here now they are trying to rebuild it. So this is something, a clear message to the Gaza. Even if you try to destroy us, it is something they are going to rebuild. But what we know from the Israel authorities, which has clearly stated that Gaza will be soon without the fuel, medicine and food. This is something, a message, a clear message that has been given to it, because the Gaza Strip could be on the brink of a new humanitarian crisis if supply are not allowed it. That has been said by the Israel authorities, and this is on response to the Hamas attack. So here where the Israel has declared a complete thing on the territory, saying electricity, food, fuel and water could be cut off, but the visual that we have been witnessing at this point of time clearly an answer to the Hamas that even if you destroy the living, because that is something the Israel and the Prime Minister has also been mentioned, that you should leave the Gaza. Already one signal has already been given to them, ultimatum has been given to them. They have been asked to leave the Gaza because it's Israel authority. There are military tanks, there are armed forces which has already been, they are ready to already entering the Gaza, and the retaliation has already been underway. But what is most concerning are the citizens, and the authorities have been making all efforts to keep the civilian, the citizens to be at the safer place, and all the arrangements have already been made.
All right, absolutely. Alisha as well as Gursimran, thank you very much, both of you, for joining us for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you through the day to get updates on the progress of this war between Israel and the Hamas.